Sir?
Take off your jacket. Give me your gun. Yes, I thought so. This damn Beretta again. I've told you about this before. You tell him. For the last time.
It's nice and light. In a lady's handbag. No stopping power.
Any comment, 007?
I disagree, sir. I've used the Beretta for 10 years. I've never missed with a jet.
Yeah, maybe not. But it jammed on your last job and you spent 6 months in hospital in consequence. If you carry a 00 number, it means you're licensed to kill, not get killed. And another thing. Since I've been head of MI7, there's been a 40% drop in 00 operative casualties, and I want it to stay that way. You'll carry the water. Unless, of course, you prefer to go back to standard intelligence duties.
No, sir. I would not.
Then from now on, you carry a different gun. Show him, Amra.
Walter PPK. 7.65 mil with a delivery like a brick through a plate glass window. Takes a Brausch silencer with very little reduction in muzzle velocity. The American CIA swear by them.
Thank you, Major Boothroyd.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Any questions, 007?
No, sir.
All right, then. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
We're issuing this to all 00 personnel.
An ordinary black leather case with 20 rounds of ammunition here and here. Now, if you take the top off, you'll find the ammunition inside. On the side here, flat throwing knife. Press that button there, and out she comes. Inside the case, you'll find an AR-7 folding sniper's rifle, .25 caliber, with an infrared telescopic sight. Then, if you pull out these straps, inside are 50 gold sovereigns, 25 in either side. Now, watch very carefully. An ordinary tin of talcum powder. Inside, a tear gas cartridge. That goes in the case against the side here like that. It's magnetized, so it won't fall. Shut the case. Now, normally, to open a case like that, you move the catches to the side. If you do, the cartridge will explode in your face. Now, to stop the cartridge exploding, turn the catches horizontally, like that. Then, open normally. Now you try it.
Turn the catches like that.
That's right.
And open ordinarily.
You got it?
Yes, I think so.
Is that all, sir?
Yes, thanks very much.
Right. Joe?
Yeah, it's a nasty little Christmas present. But I shouldn't think I need it on this assignment, sir.
All the same, take it with you. Good luck, 007.
Thank you, sir.
Morning, Q.
Morning, 007. This way, please.
We're out busy this morning.
It's not perfected yet.
Where's my Bentley?
Oh, it's had its day, I'm afraid.
But it's never let me down.
M's orders, 007. You'll be using this Aston Martin DB5 with modifications. Now, pay attention, please. Windscreen bulletproof, as are the side and the rear windows. Revolving number plates, naturally. Valid all countries. Here's a nice little transmitting device called a Homer. You prime it by pressing that back like this. You see? The smaller model is now standard field issue, to be fitted into the heel of your shoe. Its larger brother is magnetic. Right. To be concealed in the car you're trailing while you keep out of sight. Reception on the dashboard here. Audio visual, range 150 miles.
Ingenious and useful, too. Allow a man to stop off for a quick one en route.
It has not been perfected out of years of patient research entirely for that purpose, 007. And incidentally, we depreciate its return, along with all your other equipment. Intact for once when you return from the field.
Oh, you'd be surprised the amount of wear and tear that goes on out there in the field. Anything else?
Well, I won't keep you for more than an hour or so if you give me your undivided attention. We've installed some rather interesting modifications. You see this arm here? Now open the top and inside are your defense mechanism controls. Smoke screen, oil slick, rear bulletproof screen, and left and right front wing machine guns. Now this one I'm particularly keen about. You see the gear lever here? Now if you take the top off, you'll find a little red button. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Now, why not?
Because you'll release this section of the roof and engage and fire the passenger ejector seat. Whoosh.
Ejector seat? You're joking.
I never joke about my work, 007.
Oh, no.
Ah, 007.
What a wonderful surprise.
Well, for me, too. I must say, I find this business of equipping you in the field, on the run, as it were, highly irregular. Here we have a Geiger counter. Useful and unobtrusive. The sweep hand takes the radioactivity count. It's waterproof, of course.
But of course.
Now, here's something I want you to use with special care. With special care.
Everything you give
It's
me.
treated with equal contempt. Yes, I know, but that's an underwater camera. It takes 8 pictures in rapid succession by pressing that button there.
Is that clever?
But if you can take pictures in the dark with an infrared film, yes. Try to be a little less than your usual frivolous self, 007. Now, here's a miniature Very pistol, which fires a bright red flare, a distress signal. You should keep it on you day and night.
I resent that remark.
Yep. Look, do you mind? Now, in the event of a rebreather not being available, you can use this device. For short periods only, of course, say about 4 minutes.
Clever.
Obviously, you'll only use it as a last resort. It closes to a convenient pocket size.
That's assuming one has a convenient pocket.
Now, pay attention. A recently developed harmless radioactive device,
Harmless.
which sends out a homing signal to a special receiver.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, obviously, you swallow it.
Now? Welcome to Japan, Dad. Is my little girl hot and ready?
Look, 007, I've had a long and tiring journey, probably to no purpose, and I'm in no mood for your juvenile quips.
I have much curiosity, Bonsan. What is little Nellie?
Oh, she's a wonderful girl. Very small. Quite fast. Can do anything. Just your type.
A toy helicopter?
No, it's certainly not a toy. You'll see. We've made 1 or 2 improvements since you used her last. I'll give you the drill.
This can only be for children. Don't use it, Bonsan. Take my helicopter instead.
Right. Now pay attention. 2 machine guns, fixed.
Synchronized to what?
100 yards. We're using incendiaries and high explosives. 2 rocket launchers, forward firing on either side.
Fine.
Now, these fire heat-seeking air-to-air missiles, 60 a minute.
Good.
Flame guns, 2 of them, firing astern,
What range?
80 yards. 2 smoke ejectors next door to them. Aerial mines. Now remember, use them only when directly above target. That's about the lot, I think. You know the rest, don't you?
Yes.
Cine camera.
Tanaka, listen in on 410 megacycles.
Good luck, Bonsan.
I'll contact you when I get over the island.
Okay.
Be careful, Bunsan.
saying for years, sir. Our special equipment is obsolete, and now computer analysis reveals an entirely new approach. Miniaturization. For instance, radioactive lint. Well, placed in an opponent's pockets, the anti-personnel and location fix seems fairly obvious.
What we want is location fix on 007. Number 10's making ugly noises about Operation Bedlam.
Congratulations, 007. I must confess that I've sometimes thought you a little,
Irresponsible?
Exactly. That's exactly the word. Thank you. This time, my boy, I can't complain.
Nor can I. That was me. Teresa?
Yes, Papa?
Look, James, I know that we haven't always exactly seen... Well, anyway, don't forget, if there's anything you ever need...
Thank you, Q, but this time I've got the gadgets. I know how to use them.
I've got to hand it to you, Q. Quite ingenious.
Oh, an obvious little notion. Thought it might come in handy. Oh, by the way, M's been trying to get in touch with you. That Peter Franks fellow's escaped. Killed one of the guards on the way up to London. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Oh.
You get down to that house. I'm afraid Mr. White has suddenly outgrown his usefulness. Do it cleanly, Bird.
Don't worry. Just leave everything to me.
That ridiculous contraption actually seems to work, Q. You've surpassed yourself this time.
Not a bit of it. Made one of these for the kids last Christmas.
Maxwell, James, and I are heading for the house. You get set to hit the penthouse as soon as we find White.
Right.
Hi there, Mr. Q. Are you having any luck?
I'm being somewhat successful, thank you.
Listen, Mr. Q, I was wondering, have you heard any talk about me from Felix or James?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, I guess I'm working for the good guys now, but I'm still only 2 steps away from the slammer if they want me there. I thought you might be able to put in a good word. That's unbelievable.
An electromagnetic RPM controller. Been aching to give it a try. You see, pressure on the case here when the desired symbols appear. This causes the rotation of the cylinders to stutter at just the precise moment needed to...
Dum-dum bullets like this flatten on impact for maximum wounding effect. Very nasty.
Yes, I'm sure it is. But just tell me where it was made and by whom.
Well, fortunately, it's all in one piece. 20.003 grams, which leads us to deduce it was fired from a 4.2 millimeter gun.
Calthorpe, there's no such thing as a 4.2 millimeter gun.
The fact that no recognized munitions manufacturer, military or civil, produces such a bullet doesn't mean it doesn't exist, 007. Q Branch have been making irregular calibers for most unusual purposes. And we don't put markings or serial numbers on them.
Making identification almost impossible.
You mean to say there is no way to trace that bullet? No idea what it went through to get here.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. The workmanship is undemanding, according to our standards. Soft 23-carat gold with traces of nickel. Hardly ever used in Europe. Comes from India.
Far East.
Oh, why not India?
Nickel content obviously too low, 007.
Lazar?
Lazar? Imaginative. Highly specialized. Yes, I concur. I want that ready for Ahmed's tea party.
After you, Alexis.
Oh, no, after you, Miles.
Oh, thank you.
Bring tears to your eyes. Wait a minute.
Good morning, Major Boothroyd.
Morning, Major.
Look what Q's brought for us. Isn't it nice?
Right. Now, pay attention, 007. I want you to take great care of this equipment. There are one or two rather special accessories.
Q, have I ever let you down?
Frequently. Ah, there you are, 007.
Balls, Q?
Bolus, 007. Good. Have that ready for Army Day.
Yes, sir. Where's M?
He's in the office over there. This way.
Q. Smithers, how's the arm?
Coming along very nicely, thank you, sir.
That'll come in handy.
What are you doing here, 007?
Identigraph, Q.
Oh, this way.
Stinging in the rain.
That's not funny, 007.
I see you managed to get the Lotus back together again.
I disregard these jibes about our equipment, 007. I don't suppose you find it funny in the field.
Indeed, I don't.
This 3D visual identigraph is still in the experimental stage. Now, once we get a composite of the man, we can find a match by patching into the photographic files of the Sûreté, Interpol, CIA, the Mossad.
And the West German police, as you've told me so already, Q, 5 times.
Thank you, 007. Right. Now, describe the person you wish to identify, and I'll program the information.
Male Caucasian. Late 30s. Hair fine, light brown. Ah, Q. How are you?
Most unhappy, 007, thanks to you. How can I be expected to maintain the quality of my work? Sent out here at a moment's notice, no proper facilities.
Yes, well, you wouldn't have a smaller piece of thread than that, would you, Q? Somebody seems to have stuck a knife in my wallet.
Oh, they missed you. What a pity. Karen, see to that, will you?
I have also mislaid my PPK.
Anything else?
Oh, that's all, Q. Having problems keeping it up, Q?
Experimental model.
Hello, Smithers.
Commander?
Smashing, Q.
Come along. I've got a few things for you.
Very nice, Smithers.
Thank you.
Is the homing device ready yet, Q?
Not only a homing device, but an extremely delicate microphone as well. Goes in there like that. Now, take a fountain pen. Twist the top. And a highly concentrated mixture of nitric and hydrochloric acid. Dissolves all metals.
Wonderful for poison pen letters.
Pay attention, 007. Now, pull the top off the pen. Now, with this ultra-sensitive earpiece, you can listen in on the bug. The homing device is compatible with the standard issue radio directional finder in your watch. If you haven't lost it.
Oh, that's amazing, Q. It does work. What's that?
Oh, that's the latest liquid crystal TV.
Very handy. Perfect image, Q.
Really, 007. Look, I haven't time for these adolescent antics.
Ah,
It's the best we can do, Commander.
that's beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, go on, get along. I've got my work to do.
I'll give you a hand, Q.
Thank you.
Don't forget this.
Thank you,
Don't
VJ.
let him teach you any of his bad habits.
Nice to know even old Q can surprise one of you 00s occasionally.
Algernon.
Not quite perfected yet.
You could write a very binding contract with this.
Yeah, I wish I had a new contract. They've slashed my budget, you see. You can't get the spare parts. And when you can, there's usually some strike that stops delivery. And look at this place. They keep it bloody freezing down here. Plays havoc with my sinuses.
We're both humble servants of the Crown, Algy.
Well, if the CIA made me an offer, I'd be off like a shot. Unlimited resources, air conditioning, 28 flavors of ice cream in the restaurant. It's a motorbike toy. If I can get the thing to work properly, I'll ship it out to you. Wait a minute. I've got something in here that could be useful. The prototype came from a KGB defector. Bit of a whiz kid in their technical section. Not a bad chap. They're like all defectors, prone to melancholy. I suppose it's all that vodka and English weather. Ah. Rather tasty, this is. It looks like a watch, but it's really a laser. Keeps perfect time.
But for how long?
At least your lifetime. Good to see you, Mr. Bond. Things have been awfully dull round here. Bureaucrats running the old place, everything done by the book. Can't make a decision unless the computer gives you the go-ahead. Now you're on this. I hope we're going to have some gratuitous sex and violence.
I certainly hope so, too. What is this for?
I'll show you. You unscrew it, then stick it up your nose. It's for my sinus.
Well, I won't need one of these where I'm going.
Where's that? Or, are you not allowed to say?
The Bahamas.
Lucky bloody you.
Minister?
Commander?
Good morning, sir. A new pet, Q?
If 007 you'd ever bother to read any memos sent from my department, you would realize that this is a prototype of a highly sophisticated surveillance machine.
Now that we're all here, you can get on with the briefing, Q.
Very good, sir. Gentlemen, a silicon integrated circuit, the essential part of all modern computers.
No lecture, Q. We're all aware of the usefulness of the microchip.
Well, now, until recently, all microchips were susceptible to damage from the intense magnetic pulse of a nuclear explosion.
Magnetic pulse?
Yes, Minister. One burst in outer space over the UK, and everything with a microchip in it, from, well, the modern toaster to the most sophisticated computers and our defense systems, would be rendered absolutely useless.
We'd be paralyzed at the Russians' mercy.
That is why one of our private defense contractors came up with this, a chip totally impervious to magnetic pulse damage. Now, if I place it on the microcomparator and compare it with a chip that Commander Bond recovered from the body of 003 in Siberia, when I bring the two images together...
They're identical. The KGB must have a pipeline into that research company. It would appear so. 6 months ago, that company was acquired by an Anglo-French combine, Zorin Industries.
Ah, good. Something we're making for the Americans. It's called a ghetto blaster.
Right, bring it down slowly, gently now.
Morning, Q.
Oh, morning, 007.
Mind your head.
I've got something for you. We're just winterizing this. Now, pay attention, 007.
Keyring finder. Surprise me.
Now, you arm it by pressing that button there, like that. See? Right. Now, wear that. Right. Now, whistle the first bars of Rule Britannia. Stun gas. Effective range, about 5 feet. Disorientates any normal person for about, 30 seconds.
Don't find too many normal people in this business, Q. What do I do to blow up the room? Whistle God Save the Queen?
Well, it so happens, 007, that we've packed the finder with a highly concentrated plastic explosive, sufficient to remove the door of any safe. It's magnetic. The actuating signal is personalized.
What's my code?
Oh, most appropriate. A wolf whistle.
You mean,
Stop! You may find the keys useful. They open 90% of the world's locks. All right, sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Well done, Moneypenny. That's her. Believe me, my interest in her is purely professional. Just taking the Aston Martin out for a quick spin, Q.
Be careful, 007. It's just had a new coat of paint. Really, 007?
Q, what the hell are you doing here? I might have killed you.
Well, I'm on leave. Thought I'd pop round and see how you're getting on.
You all right?
Yes, of course I'm all right.
How'd you find me?
Well, Moneypenny, of course. She's worried sick about you.
This is no place for you, Q. Go home.
Oh, don't be an idiot, 007. I know exactly what you're up to, and quite frankly, you're going to need my help. Remember, if it hadn't been for Q Branch, you'd have been dead long ago. Everything for a man on holiday. Explosive alarm clock, guaranteed never to wake up anybody who uses it. Dentonite toothpaste, to be used sparingly. It's the latest in plastic explosive.
I could do with some plastic.
I thought there might be a mess to clean up.
Pam, this is Q, my uncle. Uncle, this is Miss Kennedy, my cousin.
Ah, we must be related.
How do you do?
Now, pay attention, 007. Now, this looks like an ordinary camera, doesn't it?
What kind of film does it take? 120?
No, .220 high velocity. Now, this is a signature gun, and that is an optical palm reader. And if I plug this into the bottom like that, once I've programmed it, now, nobody can use the gun but you.
Smile, boys.
Don't use the flash! Ah! Stop fiddling about with things you don't understand. You might easily have killed him.
That's odd.
Look, let's all get some rest, shall we? We've got a long, hard day ahead of us tomorrow. Good night, Q.
Sweet dreams, Mr. Bond.
I hope you don't snore, Q.
Bond's just left in convoy. 2 cars and a jeep turning north onto the main highway.
I copy that, Q.
Over and out.
Morning, Q. Sorry about the leg.
Huh.
Skiing?
Hunting. Right, now pay attention, 007. First, your new car. BMW. Agile 5 forward gears, all points radar. Self-destruct system, and naturally, all the usual refinements. Now, this I'm particularly proud of. Behind the headlights, Stinger missiles.
Excellent. Just the thing for unwinding after a rough day at the office.
Need I remind you, 007, that you have a license to kill, not to break the traffic laws?
I wouldn't think of it.
Good. Right, let's get on to more practical matters. A typical leather belt. Male, size 34, buckle, notch. You finished?
Yes.
Good. A typical leather belt.
Q, I'm familiar with that device.
Not one with a 75-foot rappelling cord built into the buckle. Fire, and out shoots a piton, followed by a high-tensile wire designed to support your weight.
I see. And what if I need additional support?
It's tested for 100. Flight 878 to St. Petersburg. X-ray document scanner. A pen. This is a Class 4 grenade. 3 clicks, arms the 4-second fuse. Another 3 disarms it.
How long did you say the fuse was?
Oh, grow up, 007.
They all said the pen was mightier than the sword.
Thanks to me, they were right. Look, let's ask Fred here to demonstrate for us. Here we are. Sorry about this, Fred. 1, 2, 3. Don't say it.
The writing's on the wall?
Along with the rest of it. Now, 007, do please try and return some of this equipment in pristine order. Don't touch that. It's my lunch. Your new BMW 750. All the usual refinements. Machine guns, rockets, the GPS tracking system.
Welcome. Please fasten seatbelt and obey all instructions for a safe trip.
Thought you'd pay more attention to a female voice.
I think we've met.
I am not interested in your sordid escapades. Let's get on with it, shall we? Your new telephone. Talk here, listen here.
So that's what I've been doing wrong all these years.
Look, it also includes a fingerprint scanner and a 20,000-volt security system, and this I'm particularly proud of. The remote control for your car. Tap twice. 1, 2. Now, draw your finger very slowly across the pad to drive the car. Well, it's surprisingly difficult to drive, but with practice...
Well, let's see how she responds to my touch, AQ.
Think we understand each other?
Grow up, 007.
I suppose we all have to pay the piper sometime, right, Q?
Oh, pipe down, 007.
Was it something I said?
No, something you destroyed. my fishing boat. For my retirement, away from you. Now, I want to introduce you to the young fellow I'm grooming to follow me.
Ah.
Helps if you open the door.
And you might be... This is 007.
If you're Q, does that make him R?
Ah, yes, the legendary 007 wit. Or at least half of it. Now, I dare say, 007, that you've met your match with this machine.
Yeah. New model. Improved specs.
I thought you were on the inactive roster. Some kind of injury?
Yes, well, we'll see about that. So?
As I was saying, the very latest in intercepts and countermeasures. Titanium armor, a multitasking heads-up display, and 6 beverage cup holders. All in all, rather stocked.
Fully loaded, I think is the term.
I think?
You're not here to think. You're here to do what I tell you. Now, go and put on the coat and demonstrate it for 007.
But of course. Now, watch closely, please, 007. The right arm goes in the right sleeve, thus, and the left arm in the left sleeve, thus. Now, note closely, please. Pockets, poppers, and zipper. Take the lower part of the zipper and insert it into the appropriate
tag.
What? You said...
He seems well suited for the job. You're not retiring anytime soon. Are you?
Now, pay attention, 007. I've always tried to teach you 2 things. First, never let them see you bleed.
And the second?
Always have an escape plan.
Give me the old firing range any day, Quartermaster.
Yes, but it's called the future, so get used to it.
So, this is where they keep the old relics, then, eh?
I'll have you know, this is where our most cutting-edge technology is developed.
Point taking.
Must you touch everything?
Does this still work?
Now, look.
So where is this cutting-edge stuff?
I'm trying to get to it. Weapon, please. One pane, unbreakable glass, one standard issue ring finger. Twist so, voila. Ultra high frequency, single digit sonic agitator unit.
You know, you're cleverer than you look.
Still better than looking cleverer than you are. Follow me, please. Now, new watch. This will be your 20th, I believe.
How time flies.
Yes, 4007. Why didn't you establish a record by actually returning this one? Your new transportation.
Maybe you've been down here too long.
The ultimate in British engineering.
You must be joking.
As I learned from my predecessor, Bond, I never joke about my work. Aston Martin call it the Vanquish, we call it the Vanish.
Oh, very good.
Adaptive camouflage. Tiny cameras on all sides project the image they see onto a light-emitting polymer skin on the opposite side. You see, to the casual eye, it's as good as invisible. Plus all the usual refinements, ejector-seat, torpedoes, target-seeking shotguns to shoot down mobile objects. Why don't you acquaint yourself with the manual? You should be able to shoot through that in a couple of hours.
Just took a few seconds, Q.
Wish I could make you vanish.
Always makes me feel a little melancholy.
A grand old warship being ignominiously hauled away for scrap. The inevitability of time, don't you think? What do you see?
A bloody big ship. Excuse me.
007. I'm your new quartermaster.
You must be joking.
Why, because I'm not wearing a lab coat?
Because you still have spots.
My complexion is hardly relevant.
Well, your competence is.
Age is no guarantee of efficiency.
And youth is no guarantee of innovation.
I'll hazard I can do more damage on my laptop sitting in my pajamas before my first cup of Earl Grey than you can do in a year in the field.
Oh, so why do you need me?
Every now and then a trigger has to be pulled.
Or not pulled. It's hard to know which in your pajamas. Q.
007. Ticket to Shanghai. Documentation and passport.
Thank you.
And this. Author PPKS 9mm short. There's a microdermal sensors in the grip. It's been coded to your palm print so only you can fire it. Less of a random killing machine, more of a personal statement.
And this?
Standard issue radio transmitter. Activate it and it broadcasts your location. Distress signal. And that's it.
A gun and a radio. Not exactly Christmas, is it?
Were you expecting an exploding pen? We don't really go in for that anymore. Good luck out there in the field. And please return the equipment in one piece.
Brave new world.
Ah, 007.
Q?
Please excuse the mess. Everything's a little bit up in the air, what with the changes and all. A couple of things to get through. Shall we get started? Just relax. That's it, lovely. Now, you may feel a small...
Christ!
Prick.
What is it?
Cutting-edge nanotechnology. Smart blood. Microchips in your bloodstream allows us to track your movements in the field. You see those readouts? We can monitor your vital signs from anywhere on the planet.
That sounds marvelous.
Call it a post-Mexico insurance policy. By direct order of M.
I completely understand.
Good. Right, well, I've just got one last thing for you and you can be on your way. Magnificent, isn't she? 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. Fully bulletproof, a few little tricks up her sleeve. It's a shame, really. She was meant for you, but she's been reassigned to 009. But you can have this.
Does it do anything?
It tells the time. Might help with your punctuality issues.
Anxiety?
Precisely. Oh, one word of warning. The alarm is rather loud, if you know what I mean.
I think I did.
Oh, yes. That old thing is taking quite a bit of time. Mind you, there wasn't much left to work on. Barely a steering wheel. I believe I said bring it back in one piece, not bring back one piece. Anyway, enjoy your downtime, 007.
Q?
Yes?
Well, now you know exactly where I am all of the time. Will you do something for me?
What do you have in mind, exactly?
Make me disappear.
May I remind you that I answer directly to M. I also have a mortgage and 2 cats to feed.
Well, then I suggest you trust me. For the sake of the cats.
Well, it's lovely to see you, 007. Right, lovely. Now, I meant to tell you, the Smart Blood program is obviously still in its developmental phase. So we may experience the odd drop in coverage during the first 24 hours. 48 hours after administration, but after that it should work perfectly.
I'll send you a postcard.
Please don't.